this is my review of Sonic X. Okay, so this episode actually is the season finale, and some interesting things happen toward the end, just because, well, it's not the final episode of the series, so, yeah, they had to kind of set it up for a second season, and it's kind of, and I know that there's a second season, but it's kind of interesting how they actually set it up. So now that Dr. Eggman has six of the 7 Chaos Emeralds and is en route to the 7th, that means there's not much that's going to stop him from gathering all 7. Except there is, and it's Sonic who is chasing after him, but I digress. So Eggman is making his way to the dump, and everybody in Citizen Square takes notice, and the president even orders an evacuation of that area of the city, while also sending out his new prototype Beetles to come out to play. Eggman eventually arrives at the dump, but Sonic arrives first and tries to get the Chaos Emerald away from Lucky. But as this is happening, the Beetles actually show up and start blasting at Dr. Eggman's ship, with Sonic adamantly trying to get them to stop, since he knows full well that Chris is inside and as we see in the various cutaways into Eggman's ship, has been secured to the wall with metal restraints, oddly enough, but in case Sonic is trying to stop the Beetles from attacking Eggman because Chris is inside, but the gun soldiers aren't really listening and are just blasting away. And Eggman fires back with weapons of his own, and the clash between the two eventually knocks Lucky into the sea, with the Chaos Emerald still in his possession. At which point Eggman and the Beetles give chase, and Sonic uses the opportunity to chase after Lucky, save him, and take the Chaos Emerald away from him, pointing out that it's important and that they can be friends. And however, Eggman isn't too happy about the fact that Lucky has now basically betrayed Eggman now that Lucky and Eggman and Sonic are fast friends. So he decides to use the 6 Chaos Emeralds he already has to transform the Egg Fort 2 into its robot form, the Eggsterminator, his E99. And I believe the last of the anime exclusive robots, as far as I know. I'm not entirely 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the last one that we're going to be seeing that's exclusive to the anime and only the anime. But in any case, with the power of the Chaos Emeralds, the robot is easily able to defeat Sonic and eventually tosses him into the sea. But during the fight, it slowly goes more and more out of control due to the fact that it absorbing all the Chaos Emerald energy is causing it to go a little bit berserk, and also possibly overheat. It turns an orange color after a while, but it's not entirely clear if it's overheating or if it's just absorbing that much energy that it's becoming so powerful it's actually physically changing color. But in any case, it does eventually beat Sonic and toss him into the sea, and even effortlessly defeats the gun robots that are pursuing it. With Tails and the rest of the gang in close pursuit in the X-Tornado. Although because it's missing its Chaos Emeralds, the X-Tornado can only go at like a half of its usual speed. So it isn't able to contribute much to the fight, but it is there. And Chris, having seen his friend get brutally beaten down by a giant robot, and remembering all the things that he and Sonic have been through, actually pushes against his restraints and eventually breaks free and swipes the Chaos Emeralds from Eggman's control panel, although he does get himself badly burned as a result. Meanwhile, Knuckles, who has been tagging along with the gun soldiers, actually breaks into the cockpit of E99 and demands to know where Chris is, unaware that he actually jumped out the window and was saved by Rouge. And Rouge tried to take him back with her, but Chris starts struggling and he drops all the Chaos Emeralds into the sea. So yeah, all 7 Chaos Emeralds wind up in the sea, roughly around where Sonic is, and it's around this point where Sonic absorbs all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds' energy and becomes supersonic. And if you guys are familiar with Sonic lore at all, you know that's usually a bad thing for anybody Sonic turns his gaze upon. And sure enough, Super Sonic shows up and shortly after and immediately destroys E99, and then uses Chaos Control to proceed to warp everybody home, which works. It encompasses a lot of Station Square, and Sonic even has a one last farewell with Chris, believing that it's going to be the final time they're ever going to see each other. And Chris is very understandably in tears because he doesn't want his new best friend to go. But Sonic has to go anyway, and he eventually disappears, and so does everything else. And here's the interesting part: activating Chaos Control didn't send them home. And as a matter of fact, what actually happened was apparently Chaos Control has a bit of a learning curve, because instead of sending everybody home, Sonic instead warped a bunch of his locations from his own planet to Earth to Station Square. So yeah, that's going to be a premise that they're going to explore for the second season. Chaos Control didn't send everybody home; it just brought all of their shit with them. So yeah, so I do like this final episode. It is a pretty thematic ending to it. Dr. Eggman had access to all 6 of the Chaos Emeralds. Chris eventually breaks free and steals them, and they wind up in Sonic's possession, who finally reveals Super Sonic into the anime, because, well, Super Sonic was a thing. I was pretty sure it was a thing at the time, because it was, because I think it was in like the first ever game. But I think a lot of people were appreciative of the fact that Super Sonic just kind of shows up in the season 1 finale and does a really cool thing before disappearing. It is really cool. I really like the idea that they finally addressed the fact that Super Sonic exists, because they kind of implied up to the point that Sonic got power from the Chaos Emeralds, but they never actually shown him turning into Super Sonic up until this very moment. So I'm very much appreciative of the fact that they finally decided to do that and pull that trigger. Overall, it's also interesting that they finally pull out the E-Series Beatles things that they made, and that the government tried to fight Dr. Eggman with them. And Dr. Eggman was understandably pretty pissed at the time that the government had basically stolen his ideas and used them to make their own. But at the same time, he was also very appreciative of the fact that they did that to begin with, because as he's fighting them, he quickly realizes that they're kind of as sturdy as the real things. So he quickly realizes that he may be too much of a genius, or at least he thinks so. So yeah, overall, this episode just sets things up for the second season, namely that now there are locations from Sonic's world on Earth surrounding Station Square, and the series has to now address that fact. But yeah, nobody actually went home at the end of this. Nobody actually went home and got warped home. Everything is just here now. It's all on Earth now. So it's gonna be interesting seeing them exploring that fact. The fact that all of their locations are now on Earth, and they need to find a way to bring not only their friends home, but also bring all of the locations they brought with them home as well. So that's my review of Sonic X. What did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, be sure to check out my Patreon in the description below as well. If you want to help support the show, it's only a couple bucks a month. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!